In the world of high-stake business, we are taught that the strategy is king. We spend millions on the market analysis, R&D, and the competitive intelligence. We are told that if we just have the right data and the right plan, we can control the outcome. But every CEO watches this knows that the truth, the strategy is fragile. A global pandemic, a sudden regulatory shift, or a disruptive new technology can render a 5-year plan obsolete in 5 minutes. When the world outside becomes chaotic, most leaders double down on the external control. They work longer hours, micromanage their teams, and obsess over the tickers. But Bhagavad Gita, a 5,000 to 7,000 year old text, offer a different, more powerful path. It suggests that the ultimate edge isn't found in your business plan, but in your internal state. Today we are breaking down chapter 2, verse 61, a verse that contains the secret to steady wisdom for a modern executive. Let's look at the verse itself. And the quote starts, "The only way to maintain a steady wisdom is the control over your sense and absorbs your mind in me." Quote close. To a modern CEO, this might sound like a monk talking. But let's translate this into the language of leadership. Steady wisdom. This is what we call the presence of mind. It's the ability to make a clear-headed decision when everyone else is panicking. Next, control your senses. In a business context, your senses are your distractions. The constant ping of notifications, the greed for short-term gains, and the fear of falling stock price. Next, absorb your mind in me. This is about the radical alignment, focusing on a higher purpose or North Star that is greater than quarterly earning report. Why is sensory control so important for a leader? Because a leader who's ruled by their senses is a leader who is reactive. Think about the sensory CEO. When the market is up, they are overconfident and take reckless risks. When the market is down, they are paralyzed by fear. Their mood and their company's direction is dictated by the external stimuli. In the Gita, the senses are often compared to the wild horses. If the driver doesn't have the reins, the horse will pull the chariot into a ditch. If those wild horses are the desire for constant validation, the fear of appearing wrong to the board is definitely a strong one. The addiction to busyness as a substitute for productivity. If you cannot control these internal impulses, you cannot maintain steady wisdom. You become puppet of the market rather than its master. The second half of the verse says, "Absorb your mind in me." In the spiritual sense, this refers to Krishna or the divine. But for a CEO, this represents an ultimate mission. When your mind is absorbed in a mission that is beyond the strategy, a purpose that serves a greater good, something miraculous happens to your leadership. You become unshakable. And if your me, which is in other words your focus, is just your personal wealth, you will crumble when the wealth is threatened. But if your focus is a mission that transcends yourself, like as solving the world energy crisis, or second could be empowering the next generation, then a temporary setback in the stock price is just a minor ripple. This is the ultimate edge. When you are anchored in something higher, you don't get distracted by the noise. You are integrated and balanced. How do you apply chapter 2 verse 61 on a Monday morning? Let's say. First, practice the pause. Before responding to a crisis, check your senses. Are you feeling anger, fear, pride? Discipline your reaction before you discipline your team. Define your higher focus. What is the one thing that remains truly about your company even if your current strategy fails? Keep your mind fixed on that steady wisdom. Next, sensory fasting. Minimize the noise. High performance CEO don't check their phones the moment they wake up. They start with a silence, meditation, or reflection to ensure their wisdom is steady before the world tries to shake it. Next, strategy is your tool. It is something you use, but mastery is something that you are. As chapter 2, verse 61 teaches us, the leader who masters their internal world will always outperform the leader who only tries to manipulate the external one. When you control your senses and align your mind with higher purpose, you don't just lead a company, you lead an industry. The strategy might change, the market will fluctuate, but your wisdom will remain steady. And that, in the end, is the only edge that truly matters. And therefore, if you found this ancient perspective on the modern leadership valuable, hit the subscribe button. And I will love to hear from you in the comments. How do you maintain your steady wisdom in your own professional life? Let me know. And I will catch you again in the next one.